What's up? I'm Christian. I'm a sports videographer, and these are tips I wish I knew earlier in my career. Tip number one is shoot for free. You're gonna have to offer photos, videos to coaches and players or athletic directors completely for free. This will help grow your work, and as your work gets better, it's gonna be easier to land paid gigs. I originally started by filming my high school for free, and now I have guaranteed lined up work every single week. It may be kind of demoralizing shooting for free, but that's how you lead up to bigger and more paying jobs. Tip number two is network with other creatives. I got really scared saying what up to people on the baseline or sideline because I got so scared of how they might look at my camera, how they might look at my rig, or if they even know who I am. But you never know how meeting those people can lead into more work. For me personally, I've passed other gigs or jobs on to other creatives that I've met in the field because so much piles up on my plate that I need someone else to do some work for me. The same thing has happened to me on multiple occasions where someone has reached out and asked, hey, are you able to film this? Hey, are you able to edit this? Because I've built connections along the way just by saying what up, or I like your camera gear, or how you doing, what's your name? That helps so much in the long run. And not only that, but you can make real friendships just by talking to someone. I've met some of my closest friends just by meeting them at games, and now we have similar interests by shooting certain events, and most of them actually work alongside with me now. Tip number three is post your work consistently. I think once or twice a week I get DMs saying, hey, how can I grow my following? Or people ask me at events, hey, I want to grow my Instagram, but people aren't seeing my stuff. And then I look at their Instagram and their last post was 2 months ago and they haven't posted or done anything on their account since then. For me, I'm trying to post at least 6 times a week because I want to make it known that I'm consistent, I love what I do, and I can grow a following along the way. I think this also helps when you're trying to work for a brand or work for a media company. It shows you, hey, I built this up from 0 following to X amount of followers in this amount of time. I think I can do the same for your account. I wouldn't say there's a magic number on how much you need to post each week, but you do need to be consistent more than you're not posting. And I mean that is, if I look at your account and your last post was 2 months ago and before that was 4 months ago, it's like, how am I gonna know if your work is good or not? I want to be able to see stuff that you shot last week, this week. I want to be able to see that stuff and see how you've improved within the last 4 months, couple months. I just want to see your improvement. And I wish I knew that earlier because no one really told me, hey, you gotta post as much as you can and people will actually see your work. And once I actually figured that out, that's how I blew up my account. That's how if you scroll on my account, there's 100,000 views, there's million views, almost 20 million views on one of my videos. Tip number 4 here is gear doesn't matter. I say that while I'm shooting on a Sony FX3, but I genuinely mean that because I think people get so scared about, wow, their camera's better than mine. Oh, wow, they got this camera. I'm just not even going to post my work at all because it doesn't compare. I genuinely mean that. Like, don't let your gear, your camera, your lens, your microphone, your tripod, all that, don't let that get into your head and be like, oh, I can't post, I can't compete with what people are doing nowadays. And obviously, once you shoot more, once you start getting paid more, that money will start coming in and you can invest into higher quality gear. One thing with that is, I wish I bought higher quality gear first. So meaning I went to an A7 III and then just used the kit lens for the longest time. And I was like, wow, I have a solid camera, but my stuff is looking terrible. It's because I'm using the kit lens. And I didn't realize that at first is like a variable aperture can just ruin your shots. When you zoom in, it gets darker and it's like, I don't know why my stuff's looking terrible. And it's because I'm shooting underexposed by 2 stops. So I will say, like, you don't need crazy good gear, but if you're going to be patient and want to upgrade into better gear, you might as well get the good gear and the real high quality gear if you're already going to save up. If you have any questions about anything I said or anything that I didn't say, please drop them in the comments or you can DM me at CNajProd. I'm really good at replying to all of my DMs. Make sure you guys subscribe for more videography content in the future.